What's up, and yo, what's up? What's up, party people? How y'all doing? This is your boy, Deacon the Django, and we are back again with another episode of The Devil's Advocate. How y'all doing? But DJ, I'm gonna have to help you with the crossfade. Did you ever used to scratch records for a living? No? I'm gonna have to go and get.
Nah.
You never scratch, mix?
Nah. I'm more like a producer / singer-songwriter.
Oh, you like Puffy more than you like Jam Master Jay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
A lot more.
What's up, Kev? Yeah, okay. Hey, Nick G. What's up, Vic? What's up, fam? So, what's going on, people? How y'all doing? This is your boy, Deacon the Django. We are here again today, and look at this boy. He ain't grow no hair. Look at his head. He got his head down. Hey, Bueller. Hey, and we are here today. We're going to try to get started because we have had some great conversation before the show. But first, I want to introduce. She came up here to be with us today. I just feel so special. We're going to go and say a shout out for Miss Mamma Mia. How you doing there, darling? How you doing?
I am doing well. Drove in from Nashville this morning.
All right, see, that's pimp. That's pimping right there.
Just to be here for y'all.
That's pimping.
Yeah,
That's pimping right there. See,
that's a long drive. That's what, 6 hours?
5.5.
5.5. Yep, it's about 3 hours out of Memphis.
Yes.
And then, of course, the person who never grows hair. We have a DJ with no name. We got a co-host with no hair. My man. Sanford, how you doing, bro?
All right.
How you doing?
All
right, Mike. How you doing, big player? Nikki shouting out at you, Mia. You might want to go
hey,
live.
Nikki.
Hey,
Nikki G.
Yep. How y'all doing? Hey, Cynthia. How you doing? Today we are getting ready to have us a great show. Again, we've been sitting around here throwing topics on the wall, see what stick. And today, we wanted to talk about these woke folks. Nikki wants us to beat up these woke folks. You're gonna beat up these woke folks.
I'm here.
Okay. And today, hey, Angel. Today's topic is about woke folks and the Walkaway movement. They need to go away. That's what they need to do. Mm-hmm. Now, okay. Today, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me back that up. From our producer that doesn't scratch or crossfade, the DJ with no name. How you doing there, bro? Hey, LJ, what's up, little bro? How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, the morning kind of started out bad, and then I ain't got my glasses today.
You ain't got your glasses today? You ain't going to be messing up our music or nothing?
Nah.
Okay, all right.
We're going to get it right.
Nikki said they woke on Facebook only. Okay, that's what they are. But let's have a conversation about that today, about these woke folks.
Okay.
Because, first of all, the first thing we do is let's put it in perspective. Have anybody been seeing this thing that's been going around social media called Walkaway?
Walk away from what?
Walk away from cray. I don't know. Walk away. It's this new political supposedly move. Okay, everybody remembers Me Too. Hashtag Me Too.
Yeah, that's still going on.
Yeah.
Lord help, I don't even want to know this now.
Another day, another show.
It's kind of hard to even say Me Too now without thinking about the movement. And it's like, what's crazy is it's so much stuff happening. Like, I was watching CNN and MSNBC, and the big thing they've been talking about recently was comedian Sacha Baron Cohen. He pranked a lot of these Republican officials for a special that he's doing on Showtime.
Yeah, I saw that special last week, y'all.
And it kind of became like the new Me Too movement, because it was like, he pranked me. He conned me. Me too. And so,
his show. Let me do the plug to Sacha Baron Cohen. That is, for those who do not know, that's Borat.
Ali G.
Yeah, and Bruno. That all the Bruno. Yes, with the bratwurst and Wiener Schnitzel. and what he did, he had this show on HBO.
Showtime.
Oh, Showtime. Okay, I thought it was on HBO, but I was watching it last week, and then he said, and it's This Is America or something like that.
America is like America is us, or We Are America.
We Are America. And what he's doing is he's getting these far to the. I mean, when I say loons, these are loons, because the subject that he talked about was having guns in the hands of
kindergartners,
and he's got agreeing to it. I'm like, what the? I mean, yes, and he made them do a commercial. He pranked them. he went and put on this makeup, put on these disguises, and said, "God, you know," in our country, he was trying to act like he's Israeli, and you know, because that's what gets the Republicans out there. Oh yes, he's from Israel. You know, you got to kill those Muslims. So he gets out here and he puts this out here, and he's got these guys agreeing to say, yes, we need to do training videos where, you know, hey, you know, when somebody comes to shoot up your school, don't you want a 3-year-old that knows how to handle a gun? And I'm like, these dudes is actually talking this.
And I had like guns attached to like plush dolls and stuff like that.
Yeah, these guys are trying to make dolls with guns hidden, and they like, don't you know how to train your 3-year-old how to do? I'm like, man, are these people serious? I'm like, man, boy,
well, okay, so.
Okay, that's another show.
That's
another show.
Don't get me going on where the kids need guns.
That's another show because see stuff like that, it makes my head explode when I see stuff like that.
No, but the funniest part was when he had the one government official like reading the prompter, and like he was naming out stuff that was supposed to sound like
it. And he was saying like, Wiz Khalifa,
right? Wiz Khalifa, the Cardi B,
the Cardi B. He said and these guys, you know, that show you how disconnected they are, not only with black folks.
But to the world, period.
Right, with the worldview.
Right.
They're saying off these rappers' names and their stuff, and they're thinking that it's some sort of technical language. He said,
like
science.
He
said, like they think it's science.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, he said, then you can teach your daughter how to pull the trigger on the Wiz Khalifa. And they just saying it like they don't even know what it is. I'm like, Lord help Jesus. Lord help me Jesus. Lord help me Jesus.
Right.
Lord help me Jesus. Take me away. Jesus, take the wheel, the steering wheel, the transmission, the catalytic converter. Take it all. Take everything. Take the tinted windows. Take the title. Take all of it. So anyway, that's another show.
Another show.
That's another
one
show.
that I would love to see us do though about, you know, should kids.
But you know we're getting ready to come up on election season, so trust me, there's so much stuff we're gonna talk about.
I'm good with that.
So anywho, so we sit around here, we talking about this Walkaway movement. Now let me help some of these black folks out because I've been seeing them put it on here, and you know, I'm gonna be in Facebook jail, folks, in another couple of days. Count on it. Because I'm in here going in on the coons. Just understand that's what I'm doing. Hey, Lala, we talking about these woke folks again because these folks supposed to be woke. I'm looking at these black folks talking about walk away. Mm-hmm. You know, they woke. I'm woke. You know, the Democrat plantation, woke. I'm woke. And I'm like, fool, what are you talking about? But, Nia, you said you did some research on this. Come and talk to us. Tell us about it.
Okay, I did some research. First of all, I think you have to start by defining woke. So everybody who considers themselves to be woke is just woke. A trending word to say. I don't know that everybody understands what woke is. Woke exists more than on Facebook or on social media. If you're woke, you're always awake. Right. You're always looking and digging for more information. Right. I consider myself to be woke.
So you want to woke folks?
I'm one of the woke folks. I am not one of the people that's a part of the Walkaway movement, and it doesn't appear that a lot of woke people are. This was a campaign that was started by Caucasian.
By the colonizers. Just going to put it out there, by the colonizers.
A gay colonizer who
was
fed up.
He was.
Yes. And so he was fed up with what he felt like was the radicalization of the Democratic Party, and decided instead he wanted to move with Trump. And so he doesn't have a whole lot of followers. He has about 60,000 followers.
Are they mostly colonizers?
They are mostly colonizers. There are a few coons in the group, but they are not woke people that are in the group. So I'm talking about folks.
I bet they from South Carolina.
The usual suspects that you always see. The ones that those two ladies who have their own
Diamond and Silk.
Demon Instinct.
Right, those two. So you know, for me as a woke woman, I can't get with it's a woke folks problem, but I will tell you this. As a card-carrying liberal and Democrat for many years, I do find myself as a woman of color disenfranchised many times by the Democratic Party. So I don't think that our people are monolithic. I don't think that we all have to fall lock, stock, and barrel to anybody's ideology. I think that we have to be an individual and we have to vote our interests, which sometimes may be Democratic and sometimes they may not be. But as we focus so much on presidential elections and things of that nature, we need to focus our energies on local elections because that's where the rubber meets the road. If you don't like police brutality and the way the justice system is going, then maybe perhaps you should figure out who's running for sheriff, who's running for your school board, who's running for all of these things in your communities. Every rural center in this country is ran by a Democrat. Every one of them. So now you tell me about our urban cities and explain to me why they're still suffering under a Democratic leadership, if that in and of itself is the only thing that we need to be. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
a lot of those states got Republican governors
and that money and legislatures, right? So
I get it.
So understand that you can
and
have
I understand that.
And right now we talking about problem in Little Rock. Trust me, Stolar's not a Democrat.
Don't.
I'm just saying he's not.
Don't even get me going.
Now you don't want to talk about the piece they did in bad government in Arkansas, but anyway.
So
I get run up out of Little Rock. Don't even make me speak on.
Yeah. Okay. Please. So I'm just saying. So.
But it don't matter because I don't live here no more.
And I think, listen, I think we talk about urban cities and what goes on in urban cities, and the Democrat ran like Chicago. And look, let's just be real. Democrats have a machine just like suburban Republicans have a machine.
True.
They have a political machine. And people tend to vote their pocketbook. And see, let's just be real about it. There's a reason why urban cities are more democratic and more progressive thinking, because one, you have a more diverse population. Oh Lord, the Democrats don't want to. The Republicans don't want to touch that. They want to keep their. Now, don't get me wrong. Do they have diverse suburbs? Of course they do. You know, if you can go into any suburb and from being in Nashville, you're gonna have your uppity colonizers. You're gonna have a couple of uppity black folk, and you're gonna have a couple of uppity Indians. Okay,
right.
And then you're gonna have a couple of uppity Hispanics that are married to colonizers.
Right.
So let's just be real about what it is that. But these people are not woke. They see, it's this argument of what do we have in a diversity, and usually when you have diverse populations, you're going to have diverse incomes. You're going to have a big segment of poor people versus a big segment of working people versus a big set of doing pretty good people. But the problem with it is, and this is what people don't understand, the well-to-do people don't usually want to live in the grit of the urban city. They want to work in the urban part of the city. They want to live in the suburbs.
Which is why I feel like they should be told to
Right.
bring their tail to Little Rock to work, to come into Nashville proper to work, from Cool Springs, from Bellevue, all of these places, they're coming into the city.
Right.
Here in Little Rock, they live in Benton and Bryan, Maumelle,
Chenal.
Chenal.
Right. Black folks,
we are here. And then we don't have any tax dollars in our city to fund our schools and things of that nature. So if you're not going to live here, they should be taxed to come here if they want to come here and work.
Right. So, and that's the problem when we talk about this. There you go. Everybody wants to work in downtown, but everybody want to live in Chenal.
Right.
Black folk get their little Mercedes. Where we going? I want a house out. I want to live out west.
I want to be behind the gate.
Yeah, I want to be behind the gate with them colonizers who, and them colonizers, they waiting for you to act stupid.
Yeah.
They waiting for you.
Yep.
They waiting for you to throw a cookout. They waiting for you to throw a birthday party. They waiting for too many of us to come into their neighborhood.
Get in swimming pools.
Yeah. Oh Lord, don't have a swimming pool in the backyard. Don't be black and have a swimming pool in the back of your house.
No, just don't have a community with a community pool.
Right.
So that's the problem. So let's talk about these woke black folk. Woke. Okay? So now you got these woke black folks up here throwing us under the bus in front of colonizers now. What's going on with this?
We've been had that though. It's just because everything is so out in the open now, and that people are actually watching, because we see so much on our social media platforms that we actually go and dig into it elsewhere. Yeah, it's been happening. We just finally paying attention.
And here's my thing with black folks. Black folks, are we willing to sell ourselves out for dollars now?
Well, no.
We'll pimp ourselves, obviously.
I think that there are, there's nothing new under the sun. It's been black people selling themselves out. However,
so we'll sell our wokeness and our consciousness, because when you're supposed to be woke, you're supposed to be conscious.
Exactly.
Right.
But
Woke-ish.
I think that you are confusing a truly woke person with someone who likes to pull up a hashtag and do something.
Right.
If you are woke, there is no way that you're going to vote or run to Trump when he is...
I don't care. They want that money.
Right. But but that's who they serve.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, man.
Okay.
And Head Sanford, you chime in too.
Okay.
Because I see this beads of sweat boiling up on your head over there. What's up, Rhonda? Let me ask you a question. Have any of you guys seen a significant? Well, I can't talk today. I have too much coffee in here. Have any of you guys? Hey, LaShonda. Hey, cuz. Hey, Mike. When you see people talking about they doing better than Trump, have you seen a significant increase in your money since Trump has been in office? Mm-mm. Have you had Sanford?
Yeah, but I'm in a different.
I mean, I'm in the field too, but
Yeah,
I mean, my point is, you didn't go from eating ramen noodles in the Obama administration to now you up here eating filet mignon.
Yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with them though at all. So,
Right. That's what I'm saying. It had nothing to do with them.
Right.
So, when I see people sitting around here putting this out that, we doing something, really? Because, like I said, ever since the day I started law school, I've been doing good. I'm like, I don't know what y'all seeing or what you talking about, but.
But it appears like the people who are doing good been doing good. The
Right.
people who been doing bad been struggling.
Right.
There's no
Right.
change. I don't care who the administration is.
Right.
I'm 45 years old. My entire life.
She a baby.
Everybody are in their same. They're
Right.
in their same position in life.
Right.
And the reality is, it takes wealth to create wealth. And so,
Right.
if you don't have that, it's very hard to pull yourself up by the
Right.
bootstraps
Exactly, yeah.
and then go out there and create something for yourself. You can
Right.
do it. It can be done.
Right.
But you're not going to necessarily get it working for somebody.
Right.
You almost always have to decide to become an entrepreneur.
Right.
Yeah.
And try to push it that way.
Right.
And then you got to take everybody's money, because
Right.
if you think for a second that your folks
Right.
gonna help you get
No,
there,
our folks ain't
you are
helping us do
mistaken.
nothing.
It's
Right.
not
Black
gonna
folks will
happen that
make
way.
you starve.
Right.
You will starve to death.
But you
Right.
know something crazy? And it's funny, you said something about, black people and pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever just realized that the more that Republicans would push that
Hey,
agenda
Dan.
on us, they would give us less
LaFrancis.
and less, and then continue to say, well, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Well, how can we do that when you keep taking stuff away from us and then just kind of leaving us out there with little to nothing to do something with? Like, we don't have enough resources to actually pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. And then when we do, or we try to, obtain some of that stuff, it's like, then we kind of still don't have a leg to stand on because everybody else is so broke. It's like we can't even trust each other to try to help build each other up.
Well,
Right.
I get that, and it's hard to pull yourself up by your bootstraps if you don't have any boots on.
Right. You ain't got no
Right.
boots.
Exactly.
I got
But
some great
having
sandals,
said
though.
that, everybody has some disposable income.
Right.
Everybody. I don't care where you are.
Right.
In life, you have some disposable income, but your spending has to be intentional.
Right.
There
Right.
are several Hispanic people that are poor.
Right.
That doesn't keep them from spending money with other Hispanic people.
Right.
Elliot, friend of mine in Nashville, he just said that our dollar
Hey,
flees,
Conrad, what's up, big boy?
basically flees our community, and it does. I work with minority businesses, black-owned businesses all the time, and that's their number one thing. When I set my business up, in my mind, I was going to help black businesses grow.
Right.
That was my whole intention. I am committed to helping black businesses grow. 90% of my clients are
Right.
white women. Let me give you that again.
Thank you.
90% of my clients
They
are
colonizers.
probably white women. And when I started getting black clients, when
Hey,
I
Lisa.
changed all of my marketing and had white people on my website, and
Right.
then black people circle
Then
back
black
around.
people.
Yeah.
See,
because
there
they
you go.
think that
There
I was
you
a
go.
black-owned
That's what we
business.
got to do now. I got to put
So
some
I gotta
colonizers
trick
in.
you. I gotta have the trickery
Right.
in order
Yeah.
for you to support.
Because
my
you know
company.
why? It's the same thing when we buy a Mercedes. It's the same thing when we buy any luxury car. We don't see the value in it. And see, I've said this on Facebook 1,000 times. It's the same thing with the way black folk dress. It's the same thing with the way black folk buy. It's the same thing with the way black folks consume. We don't see nothing of value until we see the colonizer idolize it. Then it's value.
Then it's value.
Give you a prime example. I'm not gonna throw nobody under the bus, but I was on a page yesterday, and they were talking about cologne. Now, anybody knows me? I'm an aficionado of cologne and scents and stuff like that. I've got so much I can't never run out. Okay, now I want you to understand this. So he puts a bottle up and says, for this bottle of Creed, is it worth $400? And I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Some of my homeboys was like, yeah, it's worth $400. And I'm like, okay, why? What is worth your car note?
Right.
It's butt water. Okay, now don't get me twisted. I'm not wearing high karate and I'm not wearing Old Spice. Okay, but what I want people to understand is that ain't nothing of value to me worth me spending $100 on for something that I'm gonna put on my butt that I have to wash off in 12 hours. Okay, if I gotta wash, because that's the thing. Oh yeah, well people are gonna notice it in the room. Yeah, people. You know what? Let me tell you something. I was laughing, and me and my boy, we were going back and forth, and he was like, I said, you know the funny thing about it? I said I put on bod spray, especially when it's hot. And I said, I've had women turn their head and say, what are you wearing? I said, it cost me $7. Not that that's what I wear, but I'm saying I would wear that in the summer. I said, because sometimes summer's too hot to wear cologne. But these guys are talking about, yeah, $4. I said, now, yeah, if you want bragging rights to say you got it, because you want to say you up on that, okay, yeah. But I said, that is something that the colonizers ingrained in us that is value because they say it's value. So what they do is they go and slap a price on it. Oh, black folks, oh, yeah, I got to have it. I got to have it.
Well, think about this, too.
I'm sorry.
Think about this too, and I was listening to something. I don't know if you heard of Boots Riley. He just he's a hip hop artist who went into writing. He just wrote this movie called Sorry to Bother You.
I went to see that the other night. It was good.
And one thing about his explanation of that was the thing of race switching.
Right.
Where in some instances, especially like with jobs and careers with black people, we feel like we have to switch who we are in the occupational areas, where it's like we have to seem like we're of the other persuasion just to make some things happen for ourselves and for our own people. So I mean, I get where you're coming from with having a white 90%.
Colonizers. That's what that's the name. Colonizers.
But I mean, to an extent, for black people, it seems like that has to be the thing that makes sense. Because I mean, I think the biggest take on it was when desegregation really kicked in.
Oh man.
When that happened, it was like, now we got a seat at the table, but it kind of
it diminished our value because
we became Negro-peans. That's what we did.
Well, what it ingrains basically is the whole purpose of desegregation was because of the inequities that black people had, right? So their schools were not as good. They didn't get the better water fountains. They couldn't go to the restroom, whatever, what have you. But what that taught us was that theirs is better.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Basically, theirs is better. So I want to be able to go to yours because yours is better.
Right.
Before desegregation, black businesses were flourishing.
Exactly.
Black-owned businesses were flourishing.
Right.
But when we were allowed to go to their establishment, in our minds, theirs had to be better just because their water fountain was cleaner. And what we failed to understand and realize was those were government entities.
Right.
So it was designed for yours to be worse.
Right.
Private industry was not the same, right? So if you put up my consulting firm up against anybody else's consulting firm, I can run circles around them. Perhaps some of them are better than me, some of them are not, but I'm competitive, right? But the thought process is that if it's them, it must be better. Now, for me, I don't code switch.
Right.
I don't. You know, I do workshops and things like that. I'm talking to them just like I'm talking to you right now.
Right.
And I'm fortunate in that I don't have to. But what I tell people all the time in business and in life, what you can't sell is what you're not.
Right.
You can sell what you are.
Right.
So you have to be authentic. And I don't know why we feel like we have to code switch. I know it's because
Theodis,
we
what's up,
think,
baby boy?
okay, I want you to accept me. The reason why I changed my marketing material is because I had to make sure it reflected my clients.
Right.
And so that's who's coming. That's who you're going to see. The
Right.
same reason why they put black folks in Nike. Because
Right.
that's who's buying it, right?
Right.
So
I sure went there last night.
Right, exactly. So
Right.
I'm using the same standards of marketing that any other business is going to use. And
Right.
you're going to put out there who your customer base is. But no, we don't. We have to stop code switching so they can understand that in our authenticity, we're
Right.
good enough.
Right.
Yeah. And what you said about how
Right.
pre-desegregation,
Right.
how we were booming. We just had Juneteenth last month,
Right.
and I was down at the Mosaic Templars Museum, and I learned so much about Little Rock. I've only been in Little Rock maybe 5 years, 6 years now, but I learned about 9th Street
Right.
and how it was such a booming community for black businesses. And how a lot of that stuff got torn down, and maybe the only building that still has any significance from that time that's still up is now owned by a colonizer white lady.
Right. Well,
and she tried to maintain what's left of what that building was.
Historical, right.
But still, it's like it's kind of heart wrenching, to see how all of that stuff was just taken.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they did that with the freeways. They took
the
those
freeways separated
black
everything.
areas and just put freeways right through there.
Exactly.
Right. And understand this too. The economics of the last 50 years have changed too. So yeah, back in the days when mom and pop stores were able to compete.
Yeah.
Everything now are conglomerates. Everything are now big box retailers. So yeah, mom and pop stores, cannot exist now in the black community. You can, because black people, trust me, you think I'm lying? Go to Southwest Little Rock.
Yeah.
Those mom and pop Hispanic stores are flourishing, and they're flourishing, and they can do the same thing in black areas if we spend our money in black areas and black-owned business.
There you have it.
And it doesn't mean that we don't have to go to colonizers, Applebee's, or Chili's, or anything like that. But my thing about it is, and what we need to understand, what we got to understand is that when we talk about being woke and all these, and that's what I'm saying, we want a piece of their pie, and a pie that was not designed for us to have a piece. And I'm not, and look, I'm not using this as an indictment of all white people. I'm using this as an indictment of these so-called woke folk, okay, of woke folk who sitting around here who never really thought, there's a thing. They used to say that old saying, if you white, you all right. If you brown, you can stick around. But if you black, stay back. And you got brown folks that try to go and tell black folks to stay back. And that's the way that wokeness goes to. They're like, so when we talk about Walkaway, and I'm walking away from this. First of all, let me explain something to you. To sit around here and say you're leaving a plantation is an insult to our forefathers that actually were on them. To say you're leaving a plantation. And because all you're doing if you're saying that, and let's just be real, we have a lot of political party affiliations. You have, Republican, Democrat, Independents. You have a Constitution Party. You even got a socialist Nazi party that's actually here in this country. So what I'm saying to you is what you have to understand is that when you say you're leaving a quote-unquote plantation, the two ruling parties right now, Democrats and Republicans. So basically, if you're telling me you don't want to be on my side of the coin, you're going to the other side of the coin. We can talk about independence all we want to, but independents 65% of the time vote Republican.
Okay, well, let me say this. I don't use the term of getting off the Democratic plantation. But what I will tell you is I didn't leave the Democratic ticket. The Democratic ticket left me.
Where'd they go?
Right.
They
went on vacation?
Always represent my interests.
They went
Exactly. And
okay, so hold on, let's talk about
they
that.
represent the interest of the most popular thing at the time.
At the time. They're
okay,
very
so hold on.
reactionary.
So let's talk about what do Democrats. We talk about this because that's what people say. So what do black people have an issue with Democrats supporting? Do they have a problem with them supporting LGBT rights? Do they have a problem with them?
That's one.
You got a problem with that?
No, I'm saying that's one of the things that.
Okay. Do they have a problem with them supporting pro-choice? Do we have a problem with them supporting immigration? What are the things that we have a problem with them supporting? Because here's my point. The point of if you want your party to be better, just like your country, you got to make your party. Morality and democracy has to be bent. It has to keep being forged. And you're right. The problem with black folks is we just give too much of our allegiance to the Democrat Party. Way
too much.
Right.
And when you do that, they are not going to represent you because they feel like it's in the bag. The reason why Hillary lost is because she didn't take her tail up there where she should have gone because she figured
she thought it was in the bag.
She thought she was in the clear after she did
was
what
looking
she
at
did
poll. She was poll watching. That's what she was doing.
She was poll watching. She was making the assumption, which is a fair assumption to make, that all the black people are going to vote for her anyway.
Because Trump was so despicable. Right.
Not even because he was so despicable, but because historically that's what we do.
Right.
And you ask me if woke folks. So when you say woke folks, so-called woke folks, you're talking directly to me, and that's cool because I'm here for it.
Right.
But number one, do I care about LGBTQ issues?
Sean.
Do I care about immigration? Do I care about abortion? Do I care about Me Too? Do I care about any of those things? I do, but not as much as I care about black issues. And my issues take the back seat for all the rest of those issues. You have black pundits like Roland Martin and Van Jones and all of these folks who are on television all the time talking about the wall. They're talking about LGBTQ issues. But when you see a gay person on TV talking, they talking about gay issues. When you see a Hispanic on TV talking about issues, they're talking about Hispanic issues. But when you see a black person up there, we got to tote the line for the whole Progressive Party. I'm not doing it.
You're not doing it.
I'm done.
So let me ask you a question. So hold on. Because the Democrat Party is a big tent, right? They're a big tent. And my thing about it is, and I think Jimmy made a very good argument about this when he was on the show a couple of weeks ago. He said, just because you do, see, I'm a firm person. I'm a person I believe what's morally right is morally right.
I do too.
No matter who it happens to.
I agree.
So when you separate children from their families, okay, and you think that's cool, you think that's funny, you think that's the way of doing business of the government, you know, again,
and make it biblical.
But right, when we talk about, you know, you shall not. Oh Lord, I'm so off on my Bible so lately. So I've been in church. When you says you shall not basically molest an immigrant, you should make an immigrant welcome in your country. And what people don't understand is that when we go here, just because I argue that my Hispanic neighbor should be allowed to go and eat in a restaurant with me, and then he goes in a restaurant, he eats, and he doesn't say anything about the black person, that doesn't mean that, oh, well, I'm going to stop doing it for Hispanics because he didn't sit around with me, because I'm always going to fight for me. But we lose the moral high ground. You know, think about it like this. World War II, Nazi Germany. Not just Jews went to concentration camps. There were gypsies that were in concentration camps. There were liberal intellectuals that were put in who did not agree with Hitler. Anything they thought, you know, everybody remembers Operation Valkyrie. So they were put in concentration, political prisoners, people that didn't agree with the Führer, Hitler. They were put in concentration camps. But the question is, if they sat around and said, well, because they Jews and they don't affect me, but then when they don't affect you, eventually they'll come for you.
I'm not saying that I should say, well, this doesn't affect me, so
Right.
I don't care about it.
Right.
What I'm saying is I'm not going to pretend as though that is my priority, because it's not. I feel like in anything
I don't think it should be a priority. Right.
You should have a priority list.
Right.
And that's not my priority. And as black people, if we're going to be in this party,
Right.
our priority should be to our interests.
You know what we should do?
I
Change the
don't
party.
mind.
Change the party.
Look,
Change the
But
party.
see, the
Independent
Democrats.
party.
See, the thing about the Democrats, they never say what they're gonna do for black people. They never focus on that issue alone. It's always
Well, they put us under the hat
kinda
of poor
like-
people.
But
That's
hold
what
on.
they put us
Right.
in.
Let me
They
show
put
you
us under the
something
hat
now.
of poor people.
I'm gonna show you something. I think they really finally decided to get rid of us as a political, form of policy once they gave us, basically, let's just say they gave us President Obama. When they did that, I think that's when everything kind of shut down for
Right.
black people as a whole, because it's like, we finally gave you what you wanted.
Right.
You got a leader of the free world. You're welcome.
right.
Case closed.
Oh, you think so?
I
no,
honestly
because
believe so.
Because I need a couple of more black presidents who are a little bit more ignorant than Barack
Right.
Obama, who don't mind going telling colonizers and people on the fringe right what they think. See, one
Because
thing,
this is what I will
Right.
give Trump this.
Right.
He's doing exactly what he should be doing for his white folks.
yeah, he gonna
Yeah,
do it either.
right.
Barack Obama did not. He made
Yeah.
sure that he took care of the LGBTQ people.
Hold on, he took care of
That
us
was
too.
his
Now
priority.
he took care of us too, though. He did take care. He diverted money for HBCUs.
He did.
he cut
off the disparity in sentencing act between
He did.
cocaine and crack.
He did.
So no, can
I'm
we
not
say
saying he didn't do anything for black people. That's
Okay.
not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Trump is unapologetically pushing a white, straight man's agenda.
But if you the
White,
majority,
straight, rich
but
man.
if you the majority,
What you said.
if you the majority with 70%, you can do that. I can't come in. Let me tell you something.
okay.
Them last 2 years, what was they gonna do? That last year, what
Right.
were they gonna do? He can't run for nothing anymore.
Right.
If you think Trump
That-
acting a monkey fool now, wait till the end.
okay.
Wait till he don't.
Oh,
have
I
to
hope
worry
it'll
about
be.
it no
I hope
more.
it'll be at November, because we're gonna talk about that in a minute too.
Okay.
Because he got some. Keep on thinking, ain't nothing getting ready to go down. Keep on thinking that, man.
Oh,
I
I'm
keep
not saying-
telling people, keep on thinking he getting ready to skate.
Okay.
There's some news getting ready to come down. We're going to talk about that in trending.
Yeah, they gonna get him.
Yeah, they're going to get him. They're going to get him. Oh, Lord, they going to get him. They getting ready to get him.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Oh, yes. God done heard me.
Okay.
God said,
All
Deke,
right.
you ain't no damn good, but I'm going to show you something. He said, Deke, you ain't no damn, I'm going to show you something. But listen, so here's my thing. And I agree with you, but you got to also understand something, too. When we talk about LGBT, black folks included in that hat.
Exactly.
We
But
can,
what this is what I have where I have the issue with that is because it's one thing to be a part of that community, but you were black before you were any of that.
yes, you were.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
that walk up and they gonna look at the black dude. They ain't looking at the gay dude.
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. They're gonna look at that's some dark people over there. So you go to the pool, they're not, and that's the beautiful thing about being
Full of Miss Millie.
about being gay. You can hide
I don't
it.
know you either.
Right.
Full of Miss Millie.
Right.
know
But these,
him either.
but that's all that. But I done told these coons, I done told them. Y'all can keep on sitting around here thinking that you getting a piece of their pound. Like Malcolm said, you can rock their brats to sleep. You can sit around and shine their shoes. You can sit around and promote their conservative values. But at the end of the day, you's black.
But listen, you got a lot of black people that vote Democrat, but that are truly conservative.
Yeah.
That are
Yeah.
That's
truly
true.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
conservative. Because you won't find anybody more church going than black folks.
Yeah, I think most
You just won't.
they're
So
mostly
it's-
conservative.
Exactly. So that's why they have the issue with the LGBTQ. And that's why you able to get some black folks that's plucked up
But
because they drinking Jesus juice.
But hold on. But you cannot. And see, this is why this country is getting dangerous. And we're gonna say this and take us a break. You cannot legislate morality. There have been gay people since we came out the forest and the jungle. You cannot. So my point is, either you're going to have a country where you're going to have an unequal society where you're going to knock people for being gay. You're gonna, and while we talking about that, gay people put in concentration camps too. And I'm about to curse somebody out for calling me on my phone doing the
Airplane
show.
mode.
They asking for the show. See what I'm saying? It's just the ignorance. It's got to be the ignorance of calling me on my show.
Right.
And you know that was some black folks. How you not look on Facebook, man?
Right.
Okay, so that's my thing is that you have to understand that we, boy, look, let's get ready to go trending. I'm because
Are we gonna talk about females?
alpha female.
I thought you told me that.
We're gonna do that next week. Cause we 20 minutes. Well, you can come on.
That's all right. That's
Are you
okay.
an alpha female?
You an alpha female?
I am.
Oh hell! Somebody's phone.
Yeah,
Who
somebody's phone.
That's your phone here, Sam. He over here trying to move it discreetly like we didn't
Yeah,
see
I'm trying
it.
to see if
Yeah,
it was
nah,
phone.
bro. That was you,
That's
bro.
somebody's
That was
phone.
you. Okay, so we gonna come back. We gonna do trending. 'Cause This has been a terrible week
Okay.
Yeah.
for them colonizers. We gonna come back with trending
Okay.
right here, y'all. Devil's Advocate.
So check him out once a month on Ask the Attorney segment on the Devil's Advocate. See you here.
Weddings, birthday parties, family reunions, or even a romantic dinner for two. Black Swan Catering can handle it all. Try our mouth-watering brisket, savory smoked chicken, scrumptious meals and appetizers, or tantalizing sweet treats. We'll customize any menu to suit your needs and guarantee a flavorful and festive event for you and your guests. Check us out at blackswancaterers.com or give us a call at 501-240.
Hey ladies, would you like for your man to stand out from the crowd? Hey men, would you like to stand out from the crowd? Let J&M Custom Clothing become your go-to tailor. Call J&M Custom Clothing at 469-816-9014. With our great selection of high-quality fabrics and first-class materials, your design will make you stand out in any crowd. Choose your favorite fabric. We offer over 480 fine tailored bespoke fabric swatches to make your custom suit personal. By designing your own clothing items, you are guaranteed unique and individual items, perfectly fitted to your body. Customize every single detail you can add to your custom suit with our line of cufflinks and bracelets. Call J&M Custom Clothing at 469-816-9014. Get custom measured. Contact us today and we will send our team to you to assist in your measurements. Let J&M Custom Clothing become your go-to tailor. J&M Custom Clothing.
Having issues with child support, traffic tickets, criminal matters, family, wills, estates, and probate matters? Call Jimmy C. Morris of the Morris Law Firm here in Little Rock, Arkansas, an aggressive powerhouse attorney that will fight for you. Call him 7 days a week from Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and from Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Weekend appointments are also available. And also, check out Jimmy Morris on The Devil's Advocate once a month for our infamous Ask the Attorney segment as he talks about social, political, and legal issues. Check him out, and his dedicated staff of professionals will fight for justice for you. Again, that's the Jimmy C. Morris Law Firm. His number is 501-319-7647. That's the Jimmy C. Morris Law Firm. His number is 501-319-7647. Call him.
Django, have you ever now begun to deliver? I'm gonna give up the goat. Okay, how y'all doing? We are back, folks. We are back. And of course, I'm over here with Mamma Mia, and again, of course, Head Sanford and the DJ with no name. They're having us a fun time today. So, since we didn't talk about these black woke folks and these coons and these people with the walkaway,
I'm
please.
I'm gonna fight you, Django, if you put me in the same breath with the coon.
No, you're not with the coon, but we talking about them fake woke folks.
No,
we talking about them fake, fake.
They are not fake woke folks.
They eyes
it's not
wide
such
shut,
things.
sleep.
Those are coons. Their eyes are wide shut.
Boom, master.
Okay, they are not woke.
Master Charlie
I'm
say.
woke.
Master Charlie say.
You talking
for
about
likes.
Master Charlie say.
They dancing for the coon.
Them good white folk, boy.
That's not
what
woke.
they say.
That's not
they
woke.
say. Okay.
Two different folks. That'd be like me putting you in the same breath with an N word.
Well, that's like.
Because you ain't one. You a strong black
That's right,
king,
strong
right?
black man, and that colonizer found out up in Northwest
Right.
East Arkansas about
Right.
a couple months ago,
Right. So
when I
you
had to
wouldn't
put them paws on him.
Exactly. So you can't. Those two things can't live in the same house.
Okay, you're right. You know.
Okay, thank
But
you.
that's my rule. You punch a Nazi in the mouth. We got a phone call. Okay, hold on. We got a phone call. Hello, this is Devil's Advocate. Please donate to our new firm called the law firm of Rob, Steele, and Cheatham.
Hey, man, can I get a payment plan with no money down and zero installment?
Yeah, what's going on, Stanley? Ladies and gentlemen, we got our co-host Stanley. He's calling us from an undisclosed location like BB216. What's going on, baby boy?
Yeah, man, I'm at this Trump convention, man, for black men.
Oh, it's a bad week for Trump, isn't it? It's a bad week for him, isn't it?
It's been a bad life cycle for Trump.
Yes, it has.
His toupee is looking a little thinner, though, so he's getting a little stressed.
So talk to us, baby boy. What's going on? What's going on with these fake woke folks, man? They talking about they walking away and all this stuff. You know, we getting ready to hit election season. It's getting ready to come up. So talk to us. Tell us what's going on.
Walking away from what? Being stupider than what you already been?
I asked the same question, brother.
Thank you. How stupid can you
Man,
be?
like, everybody woke and got purpose now. So
Right. Everybody awake.
What they're gonna end up doing is waking him into a re-election.
Right. And wonder what happened and how did it happen. So
All right, it's gonna be everybody's fault that he got reelected.
Are we gonna really sit here and pretend like the Democratic Party didn't hijack that election from Bernie Sanders?
They did.
they
Yeah,
did.
they did. Yeah.
Thank you. That's
Now
all
they
I'm
talking about they
saying.
want to run him in 20. Ain't that something?
Yeah. And he gonna be 198.
Look, as long as he still got the same policies that he had when he first tried to run, I'm for it.
Yeah. So talk to me,
So,
Philly.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's time for Democrats to have a fresh face. So, I mean,
yeah, but I don't think you can put anybody else out there in front of Bernie and have any success. Like, I don't see anybody that I would think would be a strong person. I think Cory Booker's too young.
Yeah.
He got so many issues.
Though I know who they're trying to groom. It seems like they're trying to groom Joe Kennedy III. That's who I think they're trying to groom.
I think he would kind of have a similar to an Obama movement,
right?
Because of his name.
Right, because of his name, right? And people,
and I think Obama wouldn't. I think the key to this thing is going to be getting somebody Obama truly endorses.
Right. Because Obama is I'm hearing is getting ready to step back in. He's like, now, black people, we got to save the country from itself again.
Right, yeah, and I'm all for that. I think that's a great idea. I look forward to him doing that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this impeachment process after November.
They say Joe Biden. They say Joe Biden is thinking about.
I still like Uncle Joe. I
roll with Scranton, PA all day, baby.
Yeah, because I think Uncle Joe punched Trump in the mouth. I think he'd do one. Yeah, he'll punch Trump right in his mouth.
He just took the words right out of his mouth.
Because he has absolutely no filter.
No, none. No F's to give.
You need somebody with no filter to deal with somebody with no filter.
Right. And
maybe I should run.
Yeah, thank you. You should run. We should run together. I told everybody 2 years ago, vote for Django. We wouldn't have been in this mess. Because
Django 20.
Right.
What is it? 2022.
Yeah.
And we should have had Stanley as the minister of propaganda.
Right. Exactly.
Thank you. And
the minister of what?
Propaganda.
Minister of propaganda.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Okay. So
I'm all in.
Yep.
I stay propagandizing.
I'm like strategic rise.
Thank you. So that's my thing, and we should have did that, and I think we'd have been just as lovely. And my thing about it is, when we get to it and we talk about it in sincere terms, two things really have to happen for Trump to get going. Okay, because he just embarrassed the whole country this week.
When he went to Russia.
When he went to Russia, he went to his little girlfriend. His boyfriend, and he basically got on his knees and opened his mouth.
Right.
So my thing,
this is Christian radio.
I don't care.
Oh my God. Okay, Roseanne.
Thank you. When you hear the plug pull, that's JC walking in. But that's what I'm saying. He did that. Now here's my point. And again, of course, the spin cycle's coming. Now, all of a sudden, they trying to normalize, and this is what crazies do. And what we really have to recognize in this country, it doesn't matter what candidate you have. There's a group of people in this country that are crazy. They is off. They ain't the lights is out. Ain't no helping them. They sit around here still blaming what Trump did on Obama. That's what they doing.
Because he started it.
They doing it, and these people will never see the light. It's like the plane fly over, just let it go, let them marinate in the drool. They inbred from 3 trees up. The family line go up. They ain't no helping these people. There's no helping these people. And then,
I think the one thing you got to look at, though, I think if Trump does return,
right,
he is going to get destroyed in the debates.
Oh, yes.
He got destroyed the last time in the
He got right. That's the sad part about it. He got destroyed in the last.
It's going to be with stuff he promised that he did not. He has not done a single thing.
Hasn't done a single thing.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, yeah, he's done plenty.
He did a lot.
He's done exactly what
it
he
just
said
took a little. But executive presidential orders can be reversed. If anything, you should know that what how he did Obama. So what he has done is nothing that's set in stone. But what they're saying is the campaign problem, the wall ain't got built. Then it was it'll get built, but we're gonna make Mexico pay for it. Well, okay, then it'll be it'll get built, we'll pay for it, but then we're gonna make Mexico pay us back. It ain't getting. Then they're lying, talking about the wall has started. Really started with who? Now we got black ops funds going out here to build a wall because he's trying to. And actually, there are certain walls in certain parts of the country. Warriors, Mexico, you think you could just walk over there?
Well, I mean, you think these people can't fly? Like, that's my question.
But see, that's what the Mexican president, Vicente Fox?
Uh-huh.
He was the one that, he was in an interview. He was laughing hysterically.
Yeah.
And he was like, and Trump keeps talking about the wall. But he forgot about the planes.
Right.
He got the plane. They got underground tunnels.
Exactly.
We don't need no stinking wall.
Want to come over here? Come on.
XL Chapo.
Come on.
The only Mexican president I recognize is El Paño, Queen of the South. Man.
No, I thought it was Zorro. It's not Zorro? Okay.
Yeah.
So talk to us, bro. And let me ask you a question. Did you see that interview that happened on The View yesterday when Whoopi went off on Judge Plastic. Yeah, Judge Botox.
Who is? I ain't got cable, man. You gotta give me some.
Okay, I forgot. He on the bump. Jean Pirro, Botox, the queen of Botox, with her smug self.
No, man, I ain't got cable. I ain't watch that.
Well, let me help you out. Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, man, I want to know why Tyler Perry killed everybody on the damn have not. Because I want to know. He didn't kill everybody. Ain't told nobody it was a
He killed everybody? Oh, man, I got to go. Now you're going to make me go watch it.
Tyler Perry didn't get everybody at work.
No, I want to know. I want to know why this black person calling my phone again on my show.
Then I also want to know why on
airplane mode.
They've been together for 7 episodes. They just not got nasty. I'm confused.
Yeah, I want to know
7 episodes is almost a season finale.
Boy, look, I want to know why Stevie J up here hanging out with.
Hey, speaking of Stevie J, man,
Yes.
Stevie J gonna be in Dallas next weekend. And they let you get in for one crack rock.
Wait, time out. Didn't he just get engaged to Faith Evans?
He just married Faith.
They got married.
That's where they
I
meet.
can't wait, boy. This is gonna be good.
Right, they got married.
They got married.
Yeah. She said yes.
So Faith like a little bit of that powder too. That's how she got so skinny. It's confirmed now.
Man, please. I told people, look, Faith always been trashy to me. I'm sorry.
But here's the kicker though. Stevie and Jocelyn got married too. So
yeah. Well, I mean, you know that song she used to do at Turner called "Gets No Love." That's obviously not a song that she's ever applied in her life too many times. all them babies she got. This is gonna be beautiful. I can't wait.
There's also a song that goes, "Mama, I love you, but give me Park Avenue."
Boy, look, you drunk today? You been drinking?
Yeah, I've been drinking water, man. It's 112 degrees in Mexico.
You ain't lying, boy. I saw those things. Was it really hot down there? It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah, man. So I'm in the ocean peeing on some dolphins.
Well, Stanley, look here, boy. We get ready to go. I want to thank you for calling it. Anything else you want to say before you go?
Yeah, man, I got to say 2 things. I want to say I don't know who Kiki is and why she's riding with me and does she really love me for real. And the last thing I want to say is, Nikki G, Mama, I love you.
Boy, get off my phone. Hang him up. Hang him up. Whoa. Jesus Christ, man. People gonna have me cursing today.
We gonna have to teach you how to put your phone in airplane.
I mean, I'm just saying, what, man?
My phone on.
Do people not have social media? Do you not see me on the show? Why are you calling me?
That's probably why they doing it, because they don't know the number to the radio station, and they still want to call you and say something.
Yeah, say something. And here it is.
Just so they
gonna call me. What you doing? Man, I'm on the show. Leave me alone. Oh, Jesus. Okay. All right. Okay. We are back. So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do people in this time have an issue with the truth?
I don't.
The ultimate truth, the nothing but the truth? Because here's my point. How do you you remember the first thing we heard as soon as Obama got like that, we went through our little kumbaya moment. Everybody was so happy for a second. We had a black president. Then the first thing he did is he went around the world and met world leaders. Remember that?
He went on the apology tour.
Yes, thank you. Remember that? That was the first thing he went on. And see, I'm so sick of conservatives. Now, you can talk about radicalizing the left all you want to. Let me tell you what it is. Look here, Michelle, we love you, baby, but we ain't going high no more.
I'm not.
We're not going high no more. We're going low.
Like it. I'm going
because
low.
You can only go high with people that you can reason and rationalize with.
Right.
I know you're the first lady. You can't say punch because, see, let's just be real. Obama might have been the guy that had to be the great uniters, per se. Michelle, I heard, had a lot of words to say about certain people when she was in office. She didn't care about it. I heard she didn't dig colonizers to a certain degree. And
listen, I'm cutting Achilles heel.
Right, I'm just telling you, I'm putting bombs in cars. I mean, so understand this. He went on the apology tour. Remember that? That was the big first outrage. Not even 3 months after he got off, right before the Tea Party for him.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, Trump comes up here and takes a giant dump on our intelligence committee and our intelligence community on global TV. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I don't see why it would. Then he goes back and he backtracks. He backtracks from that. This is what he backtracked like he moonwalked back from that like Michael Jackson. that was the best moonwalk I've seen since boy, look. He moonwalked on that. Right. Well, I've been meaning to say that, and that was like, I mean, come on, it wasn't nobody buying that. It's like, you know, who you gonna believe, me or your lying eyes? Then he sits around now, and he even went one further and says, oh, I want to meet with Putin in September. The height of the election season. He wants to meet with Putin.
He misses Boo. What you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Another golden shower in the hot.
He want to let him know, Boo, you can come to my house.
Thank you.
We ain't got to meet over in hell.
Did you see the picture?
At the hotel?
But did you see the picture of Melania's face when he did that with? Have you seen? That's been going around. Did you see the disgust on her face when she gave him? You see how my profile picture is with the dog, right? Right. That's how she was looking. All you had to do was put some long hair. That was how Melania was looking. That's how she was looking. She's like, I can't believe he did that. Yes, he did that. Right. And somebody who barely speaks English can get that. Well, that your husband is an idiot.
Listen, I'm tired of the I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he did that. End of the day, he came down.
You have to believe there's some sanity somewhere in that pit of hell.
It is not.
I one thing. I think she wore that jacket for a reason.
When she
wore that jacket. No, the one that said, I don't care
about y'all.
I don't really care. Do you? I think that was about
I think that's how she feels about this entire thing. Right. But what it is like you said, who needs the truth when the lie is more entertaining?
Right.
So she has to maintain this lie that she actually does love him and care about him and is kind of concerned about the crazy stuff that he does. But all in all, she doesn't care.
But let's be clear, the media is culpable in that.
Right.
They just are. I mean, when you are breaking news every...
See? Now that's a black folk. That's some black folk. See that? That's some black folk calling you at 5. You can't wait 5 minutes. Wait 5 minutes.
He's on Facebook. Donnell, you better now. You know not to call me. You know I'm using Facebook on my phone for this Facebook Live. But the media is culpable in it, and they have to take some responsibility for it. It's that old trick where they're moving the cups around,
right?
And you got to try to.
Well, we call that 3-card Molly in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Exactly. So you trying to figure out which one it is. Meanwhile, all of this is going on over here.
Right.
And so when they are talking about stuff that really he does, but it's just stupid.
Right.
You're not talking about the things that really, really affect us every day. One of the biggest news stories that's not being covered at all is how they are systematically clipping up Sinclair Media, all of these local stations. Right. They are pushing a right-wing agenda on your local news. And so even people who aren't generally political watch their local news.
Right.
So how better to push what it is you want people to say.
Right.
But we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on, did he get peed on in Russia? That's
what he did. But I mean,
but so like I don't care about that.
No, but what I care about, this is what I care about though. I care for people. If you're going to give me the truth and be the whole truth, give him the same type of attitude and the same type of response and the same type of critique you would have gave President Obama if he went and did that and threw the whole intelligence community under the bus after he was president. Them people would have been at the White House with pitchforks and torches saying, that ninja getting up out of there.
Right.
Okay, but when Trump does it, and this is why I try to tell people, and I put it on my page, and we getting ready to finish off, I said, don't ever come to me and tell me what you agreed with President Obama's policy. Because when somebody does something 10 times worse than Obama could ever dream of doing it, you give him a pass.
Right.
Obama sat around and did this, you still talking about he's Kenyan, or he's socialist, or he sat around here and letting men and women use the bathroom, and in-betweens use the bathroom together, or Solyndra, or Clash for Clunkers, or this, that, and the economy was bad. What part was you on? Because I don't remember 2007 being the good old days when white people were losing their houses left and right. When I was going to work and going to areas where people had locks on their doors that were brand new houses. So if Obama was doing so bad, what was you going through before he came in office? Obama brought this country from the brink. Save the BS for the worry beads, because we don't care no more.
Agreed.
Okay? So I want to thank you guys. We got to end there because now Dave, he done came up to the forefront like you getting up out of here. The time for Black Folk and Million with that every day. Yep. Thank you. Mamma Mia, thank you. I want to thank you again. Of course, Head Savage, DJ with no name. Oh, and last thing, folks, do not forget September 1st, we doing a cookout. I can't say picnic because you know the racist implications with the word of picnic. So we are going to be out at Allside Park. There's going to be free food, drink. We're going to watch some movie. We're going to watch Black Panther. Now, how you like that? We will see you guys next Friday, same bat time, same bat channel. And don't forget, if you can't stand the heat, get your butt out my kitchen. Bye, folks.
Birthday parties, family reunions, or even a romantic dinner for two. Black Swan Catering can handle it all. Try our mouth-watering brisket, savory smoked chicken, scrumptious meals and appetizers, or tantalizing sweet treats.